All right. Here's the example, 6,348 divided by 2. Because we started with the picture version last time, this time I'm going to start with the box version. Okay?
Okay.
So, I'm going to go ahead and draw my box. What does my box represent? What does my box represent? A place value chart. So I have 6 thousands, 3 hundreds, 4 tens, 8 ones. I'm dividing it by 2. Okay, I'm splitting it into 2 groups. So here, what do I need to do first that will help me in the long run? What do you want to do? Yes, sir.
Write your numbers.
What do you mean my numbers? What are my numbers? Yes, ma'am.
Write your 3.
What do you, am I skip counting by 3 this time?
No.
What am I going to skip count by? Why? Because there's 2 groups. So if I put 1 in each group, I put 2. If I put 2 in each group, I would use 4. So I'm going to go ahead and skip count. Instead of saying skip count, what else is that? Yes, sir? There are my multiples. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
12, 14, 16, 18, 20.
All right. All right. So I'm going to think 6. If I have 6 that I could share, how many would I be able to put in each of those circles? If I have 6 to share,
3.
I could put how many?
3.
3, because 6 divided by 2 is 3. And if I'm not sure about that, I can say what's the first number bigger than 6? Well, that's 8. How many numbers above it? 1, 2, 3. So 3 times 2. If I put 3 in each of those groups, I have 3 in the first group, 3 in the second group. So that would be how many? 6. So how many thousands do I have left over? 0. So I'm gonna be able to bring that 0 over to the hundreds place. I have 0 that I needed to break apart. So here I have 0 hundreds, but I had 0 thousands that I brought to my hundreds place. But how many did I already have? How many? 3. So 3 divided by 2. If I have 3 that I need to share with 2 people, how many does each person get? 1. If I'm not sure, my first multiple of 2 that's bigger than 3 is? 4. How many numbers above it? 1. So 1 in each of my 2 groups, how many did I use? 2. So how many are left over? 1. What do I need to do with this 100? I need to bring it over to my tens. What did I do to it to get it to be ready to be in my tens house? I took that 100 and did something to it. What did I do? Yes, sir?
You made it into 10 tens.
I made it into 10 tens, and then I'm going to add it to the 4 tens I already have. So how many tens do I have now?
14.
14. So if I have 14 divided into 2 groups,
7.
how many does each group get? 7. And again, if I'm not sure, my first number that's bigger than 14 is what?
8. Oh, 6.
16. How many numbers are above it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's where that 7 comes from also. If I put 7 in 2 groups, how many does each group, how many did I use?
14.
I used 14, so how many are left? 0. So how many 10s do I have to bring over to my 1s? 0. So now I have 8 that I need to share with 2 people. How many does each person get?
4.
Each person gets how many? 4. What's my first number bigger than 8? 10. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers above it. If I put 4 in each of those groups, how many did I use? 8. So how many are left over? 0. Now, to check that, what do I do? Multiply. What numbers am I going to multiply?
3,174 times
4 times 2 is 8. 7 times 2 is 14. 2 times 1 is
2.
plus 1 more is
3.
3 times 2 is.
6.
Did I get that number I started with? Okay. Now, for those people that did not solve it that way, for those people that solved it with the pictures, I'm going to quickly go through that one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 300s, 4 10s, 8 1s. Here are my 2 circles. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, hundreds. I don't have any that I need to trade for hundreds, but I have 1, 2 hundreds. What do I need to do with that? I need to exchange it for what? 10 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now how many 10s do I have? 14. Look, there's where my 14 10s was. Whenever I exchanged it in my box, that's where the 14 10s was. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14, and then I'm going to put my 1s in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, something I do want to point out to you. If you are not careful with this picture, it's very easy to be mistaken. How many thousands were there? 3. 1, 2, 3. How many hundreds? How many tens? 7. How many ones? Beautiful. Did I get the same answer both times? Did I even check it with multiplication? I'm super sure that my answer is right.
I didn't know why you were right.
Good.